Hey guys, today we have a super chill video. We have a Q&A. I posted on my Instagram stories asking you guys to ask me any questions you have, and I got a ton of questions. So thank you so much for leaving me your questions. I really want to start doing these more regularly because honestly, Q&A videos are one of my favorite types of videos to watch from other YouTube channels. I love how it feels more casual. It's like having a chat with friends. It's almost like a podcast where I can just leave it on in the background when I do household chores or whatever. So let me know if you guys enjoy Q&As as well, and I'll make sure that I do them more often. As always, Instagram usernames are always tricky to pronounce because it's not always words. So I will just pop the questions on screen unless it's a name that I recognize. Starting with the first question. Are you back at work again? I am kind of, but only 1 or 2 days a week. Those of you who don't know, I am a dentist. I was working full-time up until having my baby girl 9 months ago. I've had 6 months off work and I went back to work 1 day a week, and I'll be doing 2 days a week regularly as of next month. Next question from Melanie. How do you feel about vintage bags? Would you buy one? I definitely love some vintage bags. There are actually a couple that I'm really interested in. If I one day find one in a great condition at a reasonable price, I may really seriously consider these bags. The first one is the Chanel Diana bag. It is a classic looking flap bag. I almost like this bag more than the current classic flaps because of how beautiful the curved flap is. I also love that it is a single flap bag, so I know you can fit a little more inside as opposed to the current model classic flaps where you have the 2 flaps, which really eats into the amount of space that you have in the bag. I believe these Diana bags are pretty popular, so they're pretty expensive on the resale market. So if I can find one that is reasonably priced and in a condition that I am happy with, I may seriously consider one. The other vintage bag style that I've always been interested in is an Hermes Kelly bag in the box leather from the 90s. I feel like they used to do box leather so much more than they do now, and it's basically impossible to buy a box leather Kelly or Birkin without a big pre-spend, which I am not willing to do, to be honest. Not to mention the prices. The boutique prices are really high for these heritage leathers at the moment. So I would be really interested in finding a great condition Kelly, maybe size 28 because I already have a couple of 25 sizes. In the box leather, Cellier, black with gold hardware. If I can find one at a really great price, I would love to buy one of those. I know this is not really bags, but there's another item that I've really been eyeing lately, and it is the Chanel Premier watch, a vintage version. I love how this watch looks more like a piece of jewelry. You guys know that that's what I love in a watch because I'm not generally a watch wearer. I'd much rather wear a bracelet, to be honest. So when I buy my watches, I love these watches to act as a nice accessory. And I think this Chanel Premier watch looks beautiful with the leather and metal chain. The clasp is really unique as well. There are modern versions that you can buy straight from the boutique, but these watches retail for over 10,000 Australian dollars, whereas you can pick up a vintage version which looks really similar at a fraction of the cost. So I'm definitely eyeing out for these. So to answer your question, yes, I am interested in vintage bags. Next question. How do you manage your time with work, family, and content creation? When I was looking through the questions, I noticed that a few of you asked me a similar question to this. And to be honest, it is a real struggle. Honestly, I feel like looking after a baby at home is a full-time job and more because you can never predict how your day is going to go. So I can loosely plan what I want to get done in a day, but a lot of the times I can't get everything done, which is really challenging for someone like me who used to live by my to-do lists. So I really don't think I'm doing really great at managing everything. I feel like I'm always behind on something, but there are a few things that really make it possible for me to at least do a couple of days at work and keep up with this YouTube channel. One, I'm only working 1 or 2 days a week at the moment, so it's not like I'm full-time at work yet. Two, baby C is a great sleeper. I mean, the newborn days were really tough. For the first 2 months or so, I just couldn't do anything. So that was really hard, but I did sleep train her pretty early on. There are lots of schools of thought about sleep training, but to be honest, if I didn't sleep train her early on, I don't think any of this would be possible. I won't have time to film videos or edit or get anything up. But I think we were pretty lucky in the sense that it didn't take very much to sleep train baby C. Maybe she was always going to be a pretty good sleeper. So she has a somewhat regular routine. So my days are at least a little bit predictable, that I know that I'm at least going to get a block of 1 hour in the morning when she takes her morning nap and another hour in the afternoon when she takes her second nap. So those couple of hours I can delegate to doing something of my own, which it is still a struggle because there are so many times that I just want to nap when she's napping because there are so many things I still have to do and I am always tired. But none of this will be possible without the help of my husband and my parents and parents-in-law. We are so lucky to have so much support around us. So even though juggling everything is still a struggle, those few things really help me get things done. Next question. Do you prefer gold or Etoupe now that you have both? You're talking about my Birkins and I brought them out for some eye candy. So these are both in the size 25. This one is in the gold that I was lucky enough to get as a special order from Paris last year. And this one is in the Etoupe. Both have the togo leather and the gold hardware. Which one do I prefer? These two are both great neutrals, but I have to say I still prefer my gold Birkin because this gold color has been my holy grail bag for years. So I am so glad that I was able to get this as a special order from Paris on our honeymoon. I've been wanting a gold Birkin for that long that I am still so in love with it. You guys know that the Etoupe color has never been on my wish list, but it was an amazing offer from my sales associate here in Sydney. So I still do really love this bag, but nothing is going to beat my holy grail gold Birkins. Next question, we have another Hermes related question. Is Lyon a good place to do pre-spend as it's a small store? So you're talking about the Lyon Hermes store to do pre-spend to get a quota bag. I honestly have no idea. I've never been to Lyon. So I'm going to leave this question for any of you guys who have had experience shopping at the Lyon Hermes boutique and getting a quota bag. Leave them in the comments below. That would be greatly appreciated. Next question. Do you plan to declutter or are you happy with your bag collection as of now? I am planning to declutter a tiny little bit. There are a couple of bags that are on the chopping block at the moment, which once I'm sure of them, I will share them with you. But other than those couple, I am pretty happy with my bag collection. So I don't think I'm going to declutter or downsize drastically in the foreseeable future. A lot of bags that I have in my collection are my holy grail bags and they're going to be really, really hard to repurchase in the future if I regret letting any of these go. Not to mention the resale market is pretty slow at the moment, so I'm definitely not in any rush to sell too many bags at the moment. Next question, where is your top from? It's gorgeous. Thank you so much. You're referring to the top that I'm wearing in the Instagram stories post that I posted asking you for questions. The beautiful sweater is actually from Goelia. It's such a nice fit and the color is beautiful, so I've been wearing that a lot. Next question, what is your most worn Hermes bag? Hands down, it is my black Mini Kelly in the Epsom leather with gold hardware. It's just such an easy throw and go bag. It fits my essentials. When I wear it, I don't even notice it. It's just on me as a part of me and I'm good to go. And it works for so many occasions, from casual to nighttime to dressier events. It just works for everything. And of course, I have it in the most carefree color combination, black with Epsom leather. I don't have to baby it at all. So still to this day, the Mini Kelly is my most worn Hermes bag. So many Hermes questions. Very curious how much a Kelly or Birkin nowadays. There are so many different sizes and styles of Birkins and Kellys, but I believe there's still a full price list on the Purse Forum, so I'll leave a link to the Purse Forum price list down below. You should be able to find all the 2024 prices there. Next question from my good friend April. What inspires your fashion choices and how do you always stay ahead of the latest trends? Oh my goodness, I feel like I never stay ahead of the latest trends. I am pretty boring when it comes to my fashion choices. I generally stick to the classics, the same styles that I know that suit me. So I definitely don't think I am really good with the fashion trends. But I guess the only thing that I do is I do scroll through Instagram. I do follow a few girls that I really like the style of. So that's all I do. But I honestly don't think I'm that great. Next question from my dear Karen. Baby C is so adorable. How's motherhood for you? Thank you so much, Karen. Your girls are adorable as well. It's such a unique experience in that you are fully responsible for the well-being of this little human. So it definitely teaches you a lot. I'm learning every day, and really I'm enjoying caring for her and seeing every milestone. Whenever she does something new, it really makes me happy. Also, the type of love that I have for her, it is something that you just can't compare to anything else as well. So I'd say motherhood has really enriched my life. Next question. How did you lose your pregnancy weight? You look great. Thank you so much. I actually did try really hard in the last few months to lose my pregnancy weight. Those of you who don't know, I gained 20 kilos during my pregnancy. So I'm gonna tell you the figures. I started off around 54 kilos and I went all the way to 74 kilos, which is crazy. I never thought I was gonna be that woman that puts on so much weight during pregnancy. The medically recommended weight gain during a pregnancy is between 11 and 16 kilos. But I know I wasn't really good with what I was eating during the pregnancy. So I gained a whole lot of weight. As soon as I gave birth, I lost about 7 kilos. And for the first 3 months postpartum, without trying anything, I came back down to 63 kilos. So that's 11 kilos in total. And the weight just stagnated at that point. I honestly thought the weight will just come off with time. But when the scale wasn't moving at 63, around 4 months postpartum, I've made the decision I'm just going to try and lose some weight. I really wanted to feel back at my old self. So I didn't do anything dramatic, but all I did was I really cut out all the junk food because that was my big thing. I was still eating so much junk food 4 months after giving birth. So I just cut out all of that, just stuck to my main meals. And when I was in the phase of losing the bulk of the weight, I also had very, very small dinner. So I might have 2 boiled eggs with some veggies, or I might just have like an egg omelette with a whole heap of cabbage in it. So basically a little bit of protein and lots of veggies. And I'd only have 2 meals as well. So I did intermittent fasting in the 16-8, meaning I'd fast for 16 hours and eat for 8 hours. For example, if I finish dinner around 7 o'clock in the evening, I won't eat anything until about 11 o'clock the following morning. I did a lot of research into intermittent fasting and it has so many health benefits on top of fat burning. So I did that and I still try to do that to this day, but I'm usually at around 14 hours of fasting and 10 hours of eating. And that has been good enough to maintain my weight. And I went pretty hard at the gym. So when I was losing the bulk of the weight, I was going to the gym every single day actually to do just 30 minutes of cardio. So I just run on the treadmill for 1 minute and walk for another 2 minutes, run for 1 minute, walk for 2 minutes, and I'll never go over 30 minutes because I just wanted to do something that was sustainable. And I've heard that it's not necessarily good to do cardio for too long every day. So about 2.5 months of doing that, I lost the remaining 9 kilos. So I'm back down at 54 kilos now, but I plan on losing a few more kilos because I fell pregnant when I was a few kilos heavier than my usual weight. I had put on a whole heap of weight after the wedding, after the honeymoon. So I really want to lose at least another 3-4 kilos. I was at 50 kilos when I got married, and I think that was a really nice figure for me. And that's usually where my weight sits around. So I'm not gonna go so hard now, but I'm still in the process of losing more weight. Next question. What is your everyday bag? It is actually between 2 bags. I brought them out to show you. One is my Dior mini book tote with the strap that I got at the end of last year. And the other one is my JW Anderson corner bag in the small size in the black leather with gold hardware. So depending on what outfit I'm wearing, I will choose between these two. Next question. Do you set a budget for your spending on bags? Definitely. And I've done a couple of videos on the topic previously, so I'm going to leave those videos linked down below. Nothing much has really changed since I did those videos, so do go ahead and have a watch. Next question. Do you plan to visit USA at some point? If yes, what cities are on your bucket lists? I would love to visit the US. I've mentioned this before, but I've been to the US once a few years ago, and I've only been to New York City. But there are so many different parts that I really want to visit. I definitely want to go back to New York again because I feel like I didn't have enough time to explore all that the city has to offer. The other place that's totally on my bucket list is I really want to see the Grand Canyon and do Las Vegas and all of that together. So I'm hoping I'll be able to do that sometime soon, but I don't know. I do have a 9-month-old baby, so we'll see how we go with that. Next question. Did you do at least 1-to-1 spend on your new bag over the 1.5 years since your last quota bag? I actually went back and tried to work out every single thing that I bought from Hermes since my last quota bag at the beginning of last year. And yes, I did definitely do more than 1-to-1 spend on this bag. When I calculated it, it was around 1.3 to 1. Next question, how are you coping with so many hats? I believe I answered this question when I talked about how I'm managing motherhood, work, and content creation. So thank you, Cindy, for your question. Next one, how do you balance life now, work, motherhood, fashion YouTuber, etc.? Any tips or watches? Again, a very similar question, but thank you again for asking. Next question, thoughts on Hermes watch and fine jewelries. Love them, but resale value is. Yeah, I agree. I have a few pieces of Hermes fine jewelry and I have one Hermes watch. My honest thoughts, the fine jewelry, some of their pieces are stunning and the designs are so unique that I definitely think that they are worth purchasing. But of course, the resale value is so poor on Hermes fine jewelry when you compare it to Van Cleef or Cartier or even Tiffany. So I'd say when you go for an Hermes fine jewelry piece, we better make sure we go for a piece that we're gonna absolutely love, that we are not gonna plan to resell. I have a small collection of 3 pieces of Hermes fine jewelry. One is this Etoupe ring. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. It is this ring that I have on my index finger. I love the design. It's so unique, like I mentioned, and it does have this row of diamonds and they are decently sized. So I do get a lot of compliments on this ring whenever I wear it. I also have my CDC ring in the rose gold. This one is a really cool looking ring. I don't wear this as much as I used to, but it is still a piece that I really love. And I have my finesse necklace with all these diamonds. This is one of my favorite necklaces. I actually talked about this, how I prefer this over the Van Cleef Alhambra necklaces because it is so carefree with no precious stones or anything. You can wear it in the rain or the shower. And again, the design is so different. I do love how Hermes fine jewelry pieces have that little bit of a high jewelry feel to them in terms of their intricate design. So I am a big fan of some of their pieces, not all of them because some of the designs are so strange and so overpriced as well. But these 3 pieces I've thoroughly been enjoying. In terms of their watches, I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna buy another watch because I do have one watch, but I rarely wear it. I do like the design of it, but I don't know. It might be the sharp corners. It's not something that I wear all the time. I will still wear it occasionally when it suits my outfit, but I think for watches, you can definitely get nicer watches from other watch brands. Next question from Joyce. Can you do another day in the life vlog? Love the last one. Yes, I love making vlogs as well, so I'll definitely try to do more vlogs in the future, but it's not always easy to film your day. It is something that I'm trying to get better on. Next question, how do you prioritize spending on investments like property versus luxury? The two are completely different things in my opinion. Property is definitely an investment, so there'll be no questions asked. I always set aside a budget that I need for property investing, whereas luxury I don't see as an investment whatsoever. So it's one of those things, if I have a little bit of dispensable income that I can have fun with buying some luxury, great, I'll do that. But for whatever reason, at a certain point in time that I don't have that dispensable income, well, I just do without. So I guess it's as simple as that. One is a proper investment and the other is just not an investment. So I'll just do it when I can. Next question. Would you ever get a Moina or Lorna bag? I love Moina bags. None of them are on my wish list currently, but I do really love Moina bags. So never say never, but I would really want the store experience if I do. So the next time I go to Paris or wherever there's a Moina boutique and one really stands out to me, I'm definitely open to it. In terms of Lorna bags, I'm not too familiar with them, but I believe that the late Queen carried Lorna bags a lot. Probably not really my aesthetic, so no plans of adding any Lorna bag anytime soon. Next question. What brand would you recommend for single diamond necklace? Thanks. Well, I may be a little biased, but I do have 2 recommendations because I have them in my collection and I love them. One is my CD Cartier single diamond pendant necklace. Mine is in the white gold with a 1/4 carat diamond. And what I really love about this design is that the diamond is set in the claws. When you turn the pendant to the side, you can see a little C that forms by the 2 claws flaws. So I really love this design. And for an everyday necklace, I do like this 1/4 carat size. You could probably go a little bit bigger, but I happen to really love it. But since it is from Cartier, it is quite the investment. I believe I paid about $4,000 for this one like 5 years ago. So I am sure they cost a lot more than that now. Or if you want to go for something that is a little more reasonably priced, I would also consider a lab-grown diamond. So this one is my other solitaire diamond necklace, which is a Solo 3 necklace, 0.3 carats in lab-grown diamond with the 14 carat yellow gold chain. It is a really simple classic design. This one is from Ideal, and this one you can get at a fraction of the cost of the big brands. So if you're just going after the look and you want to go a little bit more affordable, this is a great option as well. I love this one as well. It's just so dainty and great for every day. Next question from Jen. What has changed for you since becoming a mother? My life has completely changed since becoming a mother. It's like I don't even remember my life before having baby C. But I guess the biggest thing is I have become a lot more relaxed in terms of productivity, getting things done. I used to be this person who needed to get these things done. Like I mentioned before, I'll have a to-do list that I need to tick off for the day, and if I didn't tick off everything, I'll just feel so terrible and so unproductive. Whereas now I have learned to just go with the flow, just take things as they come, because your day is never exactly predictable with a baby. So baby C has taught me to become a lot more of a relaxed person. Next question, what brand are your floral blouses? Love them. Thank you so much. I guess you're referring to the blouses that I'm wearing on my Instagram posts. Most of them are from Zimmermann. Next question, what necklace is a good classic purchase? I would still say a good solitaire diamond necklace is a really good classic purchase. You don't have to worry about them. They're completely carefree. They are very timeless. You can wear it with anything. So a good solitaire diamond necklace. Next question from my dear Roy. If for whatever reason you had to let go one of your Hermes quota bags, which one would it be and why? Well, this is a really difficult question. I am currently really happy with my quota bag collection. So I really have no plans of letting any of them go. But if I had to let one go, the responsible thing would be to let go of one of my Birkin 25s, because currently Birkin 25s are the only type of quota bag that I have multiples of. Everything else I only have one of. So I have one Birkin 30, one Kelly 25 Raton, one Kelly 25 Cellier, I have one Mini Kelly, and I have 3 Birkin 25s in the exact same style, just in different colors and leathers. So I brought them out again. I've got the Etoupe Birkin 25, I've got the gold Birkin 25, and the Barania Faubourg Birkin 25. If I'm being responsible, any responsible person would choose between these two because they are basically the same sort of color. So if I had to make the tough decision to let one go, it'll have to be one of these. But you know what, Roy? I love them both so much for different reasons. The gold one is a special order all the way from Paris. My hubby picked it up when I was pregnant. He flew all the way to Paris to grab it for me. So this one is just so special. Whereas the Barania Faubourg, it is such a beautiful heritage leather. The leather is just something else. So if I was just comparing between the two leathers, hands down, I would keep the Barania and let go of my gold. But this one is so sentimental for me that I honestly don't think I can let go. So you know what, Roy? If I had to let go of one quota bag, it may be the Birkin in the Etoupe. I know, not the wisest thing to do, but this one feels most like just another Birkin to me. I don't really have that sentimental attachment to it. Honestly, Etoupe is a really nice color that works with a lot of outfits, but I feel like either the gold or the Barania can work with all of those outfits that I would otherwise wear with the Etoupe anyway. So yeah, this will be sadly the one that I'll let go. But I just hope that this scenario never comes true. But actually, I'd love to hear your opinions. Guys, if you had to choose between these two, which one would you keep and which one would you let go? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Next question, how did you lose the pregnancy belly so quickly? I actually still have a little bit of a mum pouch, so I haven't lost my pregnancy belly completely. I was so surprised because I thought when I hit my pre-pregnancy weight, which I have, that my belly is gonna go back to how it was. But even at the same weight, The belly is completely different. I still have a little bit of a pouch, so I still have some work to do. I'll definitely let you know if I am successful in achieving a flat belly again. I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to have that same flat belly again, but in terms of how I lost the pregnancy weight, I believe I covered it in a previous question. Next question. What's on your wish list from Hermes? I honestly don't have any more bags on my wish list from Hermes. I'm really happy with my current collection, but there are a couple of other items that I would love to add in the future. One is the Shandong rose gold ring. I tried my good friend Rachel's and Shelley's and I really love the look of it, but that ring currently retails for close to 4,000 Australian dollars, so it's pretty hefty, but it is definitely one that's on my wish list. There's another item that I'm really interested in, and they are the Juliet sandals. My black Oran sandals are getting so old that I think soon they're going to have to be retired and replaced, and I didn't really want to get another pair of Oran sandals in the black, but I actually came across the Juliet sandals from watching Steph from Handbagaholic when she unboxed her brand new Kelly 28. Oh my goodness, her Kelly is in a stunning color. But anyway, she unboxed the Juliet sandals in that video, and as soon as I saw them, I really loved them. But we are heading into winter here in Sydney, so I am in no rush to buy those sandals, but I'm not sure whether they are a classic style that Hermes always does or if it's a seasonal one. If it's a seasonal one, I may have to just buy them soon before they run out, but if they're classic, I may just wait until next summer. So if you guys know anything about that, do let me know. Next question from Shelia, Lux Musings, my good friend. Congrats on your new Birkin. Are you team Birkin over Kelly now? You know what? I am. I honestly find Birkins so much easier to carry. They look so much more casual, so they go with more of my outfits and my lifestyle at the moment. Even though the Kelly bag has the added bonus of having a shoulder strap, I find the Kelly bag to look a little too serious for my liking currently. So I am definitely team Birkin at the moment. Next one from Melissa. Do you feel completely back to normal postpartum? I am just starting to feel a lot more like my old self in the last month or so. I still don't feel completely normal, and I don't know that I ever will. I don't know if you just change after having a baby, that you'll just never be your old self again. In terms of how I physically feel, I feel like my body is still a little different to how it was before, but I'm feeling pretty normal in the sense that I'm sleeping well, I have the energy levels, I'm able to get everything done that I want to, well, to the best I can. So in terms of how I actually feel, I guess I'm feeling pretty normal again. Next question. Have you ever visited Hermes store and went out without buying anything? Oh yes, of course. I guess it's the same as shopping anywhere else. Sometimes they just don't have the stock that you're after. They just simply don't have your size and you just walk out with nothing. You don't have to feel pressure to buy something just to walk out with something. So definitely plenty of times. Next question. Your most favorite Hermes color? Hands down gold, because it is my holy grail color and it just works really well with my color palette. Next question. Would you buy Hermes and Chanel pre-loved? Yeah, definitely. Especially with Chanel, you can actually get some great deals at the moment. The boutique prices are so crazy on Chanel bags that you are actually gonna have a pretty good saving by going pre-loved. So if I ever want to add another classic flap to my collection, I am definitely buying a pre-loved. With Hermes as well, because their bags are not often available to purchase from the store, if I had one on my wish list and found one at a reasonable price point, I would definitely go for it from the pre-loved market. Next question. The Mini Kelly is my dream bag. Any suggestions for more accessible alternatives? Yes, I actually talked about this in my luxury alternatives video, but there is this one bag that I'm currently obsessed with that I'm seriously considering adding to my collection, and it is the Lalage Beaumont. Is that how you say it? Maya bag in the minion size. I think that bag looks so good, and from my research, their hardware is also 24 karat gold plated, so the quality is definitely there. I love the little side sangles, and from what I can see in the pictures, the side width seems a little wider than the Mini Kelly as well, so I'm assuming you'll be able to fit a little more things in there hardware compared to what you can fit in the mini Kelly. I've always kind of wanted the mini Kelly in gold, but since mini Kellys are just so difficult to get from the store, as you mentioned, they are just not accessible, or you just have to do a whole ton of pre-spend before you're even offered one. I'm just not willing to do that. So it's pretty safe for me to say that I really don't see another mini Kelly in my collection, but I would absolutely love to check out those Maya bags. Next question, what is your next dream bag? To be honest, I have acquired all my ultimate holy grail bags, so I don't have another dream bag that I'm chasing, but I do have a bag on my wish list, which is still the Celine Triomphe bag in the teen size, probably in the black with gold hardware. I really love that bag. It's not a dream bag, but it's a bag that I think I can work really well into my lifestyle. Next question from Amy. Which other luxury YouTubers do you watch the most? I love watching so many luxury YouTubers. I just don't have a lot of time to watch YouTube videos these days, but some of my favorite luxe YouTubers to watch are my good friend Kat from Kat L, Amy from Fashionably Amy, Clara from Clara Zilla. I love watching Kat and Amy's Q&A videos. This is what I mean. They are some of my favorite types of videos to watch. I just leave them on and do whatever chores I need to do. I feel like they keep me company. I love Clara's in-depth reviews on some Hermès bags and other non-luxury items as well. So those three girls are my ride or die. Other than that, I love my fellow Aussie YouTuber, Jerusha Couture. I've been watching her for years at this point, way before I started my channel. She's just so fun to watch and she is just bam. I love her personality. I also love watching Amelia from Amelia Rose's Closet. She has some great commentary videos. I love how she shares her thoughts on different topics and different issues around the luxury shopping. So that is another channel that I absolutely love watching. There are other channels that I do really enjoy, but these few are the ones that I regularly watch and I really enjoy. Next question. If you could only keep one bag of each brand, which would you pick? This was actually a tag video from a while ago, so I actually did a video on this topic. So I'm gonna leave a link to that video in the description section below, so have a watch. Next question. Are you loving the mum life? Would there be a baby number? Question. Love watching your videos. Thank you so much, babe. I am really enjoying being a mom. It is a completely different experience to anything else that I've experienced in my previous life. And is there going to be another baby? Probably. We do at least want to have 2 kids. So baby number 2 will be in the plans sometime in the future. Just don't know exactly when, but yeah, we're thinking 2 is a good number. Next question from Eve. How have you adjusted to going back to work after baby C? Like I've mentioned, I've only gone back to work 1 day a week, which is completely manageable. And on that one day, we have my parents-in-law look after baby C in the morning and my parents in the afternoon. So they have a morning and an afternoon shift, and baby C absolutely adores her grandparents. So she has a blast every time they're here. But in terms of doing any more days, I think it will require a lot more organizing and it might become a bit too tiring on our parents as well. So beyond working 2 days a week, I'm not sure if I can pick up any more days at the moment, but that is how I'm managing going back to work. Next question. What is the most challenging thing you faced from being a first-time parent? Everything was a challenge, but I guess the most challenging thing is that you really lose your freedom. You can't ever do anything spontaneously. You can't just go out because you feel like going out for a little drink or going out with your friends just for a coffee. You have to always organize the whole day and everything, and even getting out the door, you require so much planning. Have I got the nappies? Have I got the baby's food? Change of clothes? So you definitely feel a lot more restricted in what you can do, and that has been the most challenging thing. Next question. If you can only have one Hermès bag, which one would you choose? It will have to be a Birkin 25 and it'll have to be either my gold or the Barania Birkin. I would definitely go for a Birkin because I think it is still the most iconic Hermès bag, and between the Birkin and the Kelly, I do really enjoy the silhouette of the Birkin bag a lot more. I just feel like it's a cooler looking bag, but as I talked about many times before, I wouldn't know which one to choose between these two, but I guess for the longevity, maybe I will still choose my gold Birkin because I know the Barania leather will patina over time and it'll change. I would love the vintage look of it, but only if I have other Birkins in my collection, then one can be beaten up and vintage looking. But if I was to only have one Birkin in my collection, I would want that one to always stay looking pristine. So I'll probably go for my gold Birkin from Paris. Next question. Has your outfit styling changed after becoming a mom? Definitely, because I feel like my shape has changed even though I'm at the same weight I was before I got pregnant. I used to wear a lot of tighter fitting clothes that show off my waist and belly area because I've always been blessed with a flat belly. But now I always go for the styles that are a little bit more relaxed around there. Also, I've really invested a lot more into more classic, timeless looking styles that can just match with anything else in my wardrobe. I used to love those statement dresses from Zimmermann, the florals, but with those outfits, you always have to coordinate them and think about what accessories you're gonna wear, what you're gonna match with the outfit. And I'm in a rush every time I walk out the door. So since becoming a mom, my outfits have probably become a lot simpler and a lot more neutral and a lot more basic, but I am really enjoying this new style. Next question. Are you still a dentist? Yes, I am, even though I only work 1 or 2 days a week at the moment. I have no intention of quitting dentistry. It is always going to be my day job, whether full-time or part-time, whatever my life allows. But yes, I am still a dentist. Next question. Do you think luxury hype has died down? And if so, what kind of content will you keep making? I definitely think that the luxury hype has really come down. I don't know if I would go far enough to say that it has died completely, but I can really see a shift away from luxury. With the current economic climate, I think a lot of people are prioritizing the essentials, but I guess everything's a phase. I know luxury is probably going to pick back up after a while. It always does. And there are always going to be people that still enjoy the luxury things, even though we may not be buying new luxury things all the time. So in terms of my content direction, I will still continue to film whatever interests me. Apart from the Birkin, I definitely have slowed down on my luxury spending as well, but there are still tons of interesting topics that I want to talk about on the subject of luxury. But I'll also probably do videos that I just enjoy making, like the day in the life vlogs or other commentary videos or these casual Q&As. So I'll still make videos that I like making. If you guys have any video topic requests, I would also love to hear from you, so do let me know. Next question. Where is this restaurant in Sydney? You look great and the view looks magnificent. Thanks. Thank you for your question and thank you. The restaurant that is in this Instagram stories is actually the cafe on top of MCA, Museum of Contemporary Arts in Sydney. There is a cafe on the 4th floor of the museum. That was actually on Mother's Day. Hubby, Baby C and I went out for a little coffee in the afternoon and it was the best way to spend my first Mother's Day with my loved ones. I have to say the food wasn't that great. Coffee was alright, but the views are really amazing and the prices were pretty reasonable for the location. So it is a place that I would go back to. Next question. Are you still eyeing some Celine bags? You know the answer to this. Yes, I am still a little bit obsessed with the Triomphe bags. I think I've only gone through like half the questions, but Baby C is waking up from her nap and I only have a couple more minutes to film, so I'm just gonna answer one more question. So if I haven't answered your question, I'm really sorry, but I will definitely do these Q&As more regularly, so I will keep your questions here. So last question. If you could start over, what 3 bags would you get? If I was starting over, I am going to have to get 3 bags that are going to serve different purposes in my life and cover most of my life's occasions. So I would want 1 casual day bag, 1 crossbody small bag that is a little more casual and easy to grab and go, and 1 dressier evening bag. So in terms of a casual everyday bag that's a little bit larger, I will still go for my Frère Lepage Daily Betel Tote. You can also use that as a work bag if you need to carry a laptop and whatnot. And then for a casual bag that is a little bit smaller that you can just carry around with you everywhere, I'm gonna go for my current everyday bag, the Dior Mini Book Tote. It is small enough, it's easy enough to carry around. It fits just enough essentials, so that will be a great everyday small crossbody bag. And then in terms of an evening bag, if availability was not an issue, I would absolutely go for the Hermes Mini Kelly in a darker color like this, because it is just the most versatile bag that I can think of in my collection. Like I mentioned, it's great for day, it's great for evening, it's great for traveling. It's small, so it stays close to you, and it is such a pretty bag to look at. So my third bag will absolutely be a special bag like this. So they're all the questions that I have the time to answer today. Thank you guys so much for asking me so many questions. I really appreciate all of you watching my videos. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. Do let me know if you want to see these Q&As more regularly. I would love to do more of them. As always, thank you so much for watching and spending some of your precious time with me today, and I can't wait to see you again soon in my next video. Bye guys.